Let's start animating the rocks. Let me select all the rocks that I have in the scene. And I'll group them by pressing Ctrl G, group, and call it the rock group. Uh, Actually, before I group them, I want let's see the camera view. I want these guys to hover at different rate. So I'll group these guys first and call it rock group 1. Let's hide that by pressing Ctrl H, and then I'll select the rest of the rocks. And I'll group them again. This will be rock group 2. So let's unhide all. So for the rock group 1, I want it to animate at different rate. So I'll go and if I have my, so I'll go here and press Shift W. Shift W is a rotational, translational keyframe, and then I'll go ahead around frame 50 and bring it up like that, and hit Shift W again. So this creates a keyframe. So we go to frame 95, put it down again a little bit, just a little bit of a variation of the animation, and then go on 33, just hover it just a little bit more up and go all the way and just lower it. So now if you see the animation, so it's sort of hovering. So if I go to Window, Animation Editors, Graph Editor, bring it here. The group 1 animation curve is this. So now we can go ahead and refine the curve. Just trying to have a little bit of a soft, very soft animation. It's like hovering, and we'll take that all the way there and check the animation. And then we take the rock group 2 and we do the same, except the opposite way. So the first group is rising up, so I want the second group to go down. So I'll hit Shift W, go frame 50, put it down, go frame 100, put it up a little bit, again here, down, end of the frame, slightly up, and then we go and take a look at the animation graph again. Just slight modification. and just check our animation. Actually, I'll do a play blast. Now play blast. So we know how fluid the motion of the animation is. Yeah, so that's our so I think that works fine. Now the only thing that's lacking is the individual animation or the motion of the rocks. So let's see if I can go ahead and maybe select this guy and add just a different motion. By going and doing it individually. So now we are animating it per object level. We have already done the overall animation for all the guys. So now I just have to go and animate it individually to have some variation on the hovering. And so let's save a scene. So that's the basic animation. And now all we need to do is we need to add the rotational animation for kind of vibration going on when they're rising. So let's say I go for this guy, I select it and go to its attribute editor, and I want the vibration on this rock like very, it's like being lifted by magnet. So I'll go to its attribute, and in the rotate I'll right click and create a new texture. And for the texture I'll select a noise. Sorry, not this noise. Create new texture. I think it was fractal. Yeah, fractal noise. Or maybe a fractal. I mean, I want some 3D kind of noise. So let's see if I can find any other. So solid fractal. I feel. Let me isolate this guy. And then go into the texture. Let's increase the threshold. 0.4. Amplitude. We want some kind of noise in the fractal. Let's say 2020, 2, 15, and animate it. So you see how it's animating. I mean the rotation. I'll just try to center the pivot. And go back to our texture, sorry, the fractal. try to. So when we animate the time, it starts vibrating. So let's keyframe from frame 10 and then frame 160 1. Let's see what it gives. So now you see it's vibrating. So for us, we just have to modify the additional values like time ratio. So now it's vibrating even more. So the more we modify the texture, it will animate even much more differently. So let's try to get a bit more. So that's really subtle. Ratio can be 0.7 so that there is huge motion. Okay. Yeah, I think that I like the motion. So same way, I'll go ahead and do the same animation for all the other big chunks. So I went ahead and did a play blast with the animation, and I think uh, I don't want to animate these guys because they will be pretty far away from the camera, but the closer guys, I think their motion is pretty okay. It's like a hovering. So let's go ahead and try to finalize the animation. Let's see what if we what we like. Maybe for this guy, I'll just change a little bit. Since this is the foreground rock, I might want it to be a bit more chaotic. And let's see what we get. Okay, I think as you can see, this is such a basic animation, but now, so in the next class, we'll prepare these rocks for rendering and final lighting.